why this shit doing it, but it's hot than a bitch in here. Honey, I need some gloss, honey. I need to wipe my face. It's going down. It's going down. It's going down. I just realized somebody was sitting in the car and they damn phone up there. I didn't even know there was one in their car. That car was right there when I pulled up. I need a napkin. A napkin in here. Jesus. Yeah, this smells like barbecue sauce, honey. Yeah, got some. Ooh, it's hot. Jesus. Ooh, Jesus. Excuse me. Excuse me. So I haven't had a soda in a long time. So, like people like going through and they go get them a drink, like a drink. I said, it's going to be what I'm going to get. This is going to be something because I don't drink sodas. And I ain't had one in a while. So this is my alcohol. This is me feeling some type of way and like I'm going to get me something to drink. Okay, here we go. Because it's still bad for you. So, excuse me. So, I got back on here, because now I'm parked waiting for this thing to charge. This why learning everything from experience is not always good. Okay? And I say that because there are some situations you can get in that you got to learn right then and there. Okay? I ain't never had an electric car a day in my life. Sit up here looking at the damn book now. Okay? I should have asked these questions, but I didn't. Because I had so much going on. I was so overwhelmed today. I was so overwhelmed. I literally was. I was overwhelmed with so much going on. I was overwhelmed with seeing the people that's against me walk up in there, seeing how they was moving, seeing how they was working against me, seeing how my phone was acting. I was going through so much. I didn't even sit there and like just realize like it's just an electrical car. Because when we turned it on, it didn't make no noise, and I should have knew. Like, damn, why it's so quiet? I didn't even pay attention to any of that shit. I swear I didn't pay attention to that. And I said I would never get an electrical car because I don't comprehend them in the sense of, I understand you have to go and you have to plug them up, right? But I always say if I got an electrical car, I would do electrical and gas. I don't think this one is a gas one. I ain't no gas tank, and I'm reading this thing. This shit is all electric. I was like, wait a minute. What? Say what? Say what? Wait, what? And so when I got to the first location, because the damn battery kept saying 12%, and then it was going down as I go. Got to the first station, ain't no station was there. Wasn't nothing there. I'm like, what the fuck? You just sent me, So went to another one, hunting, and found one. Show y'all. Okay. So turned the car. I didn't know what the damn thing was. I ain't never owned no electrical vehicle. Thinking it might be on the side like a regular gas tank or something. Pulled in, backed in, got out, Was trying to find the thing. So I seen the little plug thing in the front, and I'm trying to get the car. I'm like, oh, this shit is not gonna go in the front. Get in the car, try to start the car wouldn't start. I said, Lord, why, Jesus? Why are you doing this to me? What did I do? So I was like, fuck that YouTube. Electrical and what's and can I start this car and did it, and then it kept saying brake, and I'm like, brake, what the fuck is it? I ain't on no brake. And then when I got in the car, see, God do be helping though. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. He be helping. Like you say, he help fools too. He do help. He just make you do stuff that you don't even realize you're doing. When I say that it said brake, I don't know why I just like put my hand where it says park. I just pulled the thing up, and I don't even know if that was what it was. And then it started. Because I was like, well, damn, I knew I had like about 10, 11, 12% left on it. Why it ain't starting? I'm like, damn, it stopped at that. I was panicking. I was like, can I put this in neutral and turn it around to the front, Lord? Can I do that? Needless to say, I got it started. Jesus, thank you. Turned it around. Then I was like, oh shit, you gotta pay for it? I thought that was free. Well, how you thought that was free if you gotta pay for gas just? And I'm like, I have no idea how much the shit costs. It does not show a price, and if it does, they screen so foggy, you could barely see what the fuck it is. So anyway, I figured it out, and I got the book, start reading the book, and I'm like, damn, it got two sockets though. I'm like, they got a plug for both of them, so I'm gonna use this one. I put that one in there. Then I look at this. I'm like, okay, where the H at? Look like, is it over both of them or is it over like one of them? You know. So anyway, child, this is experience. I'm like, God always taught me everything with experience, and I hate it. I fucking hate it, y'all. I'm like, damn, ain't nobody teach me shit. Nothing. I literally had to learn every fucking thing the hard way. Ain't nobody teach my black ass nothing. I mean, when I say nothing, I mean nothing. I can't even tell you one person that sit down and really gave me some motherfucking wisdom. Ain't nobody sat down and said, this how the world is. You know, only thing I heard in my life, be careful. You know, where you going? Don't be going to a little boy house. I don't know, like it was the bare minimum. It was not nothing like this world. Let me sit you down and tell you about this world. Nothing like that. Nothing. When I say nothing like that, it was nothing like that. And I've had to learn the hard way all my fucking life. And I think that's the most saddest thing, to be on this earth and there's no one who reaches a hand out to teach somebody. Maybe that's why this is my calling, a part of it, because I got lots of gifts that, like I said, I don't tell people, but maybe this is a part of my calling, to teach people who nobody taught nothing, who nobody teaches anything to, and tell them the truth and experience. That's why I be trying to catch every fucking thing on camera, so y'all could be like, okay, can somebody believe what the fuck I'm showing them? You know, this is how I look. So if you go through it, you ain't crazy, because the first thing you gonna think is you crazy. And if you tell anybody, even if they know, they're gonna make you feel like you crazy, because they don't want to confirm the shit that you experiencing. I don't know why. Maybe they're a part of it. I don't know. I don't know. But this is why you got to, man, you got to teach yourself, y'all. Y'all got to enlighten yourself. Read the details of things. Look at everything that you're supposed to look at. You know, oh my God. And I can tell y'all this much. I hate people. I don't necessarily hate the good people, of course. But if I didn't have to be around nobody and still teach, I would so do it. But I just think people are just always like, not all people, Because I don't want to say that fucking word, all people, because that's the fucking lie. That would mean I'm included, and I'm not. And everybody else ain't. That's good. People always up to some shit. I mean, like when you just be walking down the street just thinking about good shit, looking at the trees and the shit, and you got a motherfucker somewhere trying to figure out something how they can get over on your black ass. Man, I just be like, Lord, can you put me back in my fucking roof over my head where I can lock my door, get in my damn bed, and go to sleep. Lord God, thank you for last night. I slept in me a hotel. Thank you, Jesus. Got all the way to the hotel. My fucking wheel on my suitcase broke. That bitch lean with it, rock with it right now. I'm like, I don't know, y'all. It's a lot. I done heard people's story. I done heard this lady I met, one of my teachers that was at the retreat, who helped me heal some of my traumas, a lot of my traumas. And she told me how she ended up in Sedona, Arizona. She said she only had, I think, $500 to her name. And she ended up making a life there. And I heard lots of other people's stories saying they only had this much money to their name. I am in that book right now. That is the book I'm in. I, literally got this much to my name. And making it do what it do, and I'm just walking by faith, I believe. Because God did show up for me at the last minute. Can you imagine, y'all, had God not showed up for me and I didn't get this car with all this heavy ass fucking luggage, my life in bags, with a little bit of money in my pocket. Could y'all imagine what that result would have looked like for me? Okay. I wouldn't have been able to stay in the hotel again. Okay. It would have been so many things I wouldn't have been able to do. Because then I would have to save the money I had to figure out to get on a plane to get where I needed to be, another place, because I wasn't going back to Texas unless it was to go get my vehicle and try to push that bitch all the way where the fuck I needed to go. Okay. Or go see, because I'll try to get shelters when I was in Texas. They didn't help me. As soon as I said something about Mason's child, they said, hold on. And then came back and was like, I'm like, maybe you shouldn't fucking say that, But it don't matter because it seems like people be knowing. It don't matter if I say it or not, If I say I'm being stalked, it don't matter, It don't get me in no doors. Okay, everything I gotta do is the hard way. So it is what it is. It is what it is. But I would have to get back on the plane, go back to Texas, get my motherfucking car after I paid for storage and booked it up the fuck out of Texas. Okay? That's what I would have to do. Because God didn't want me there. I feel and know that God is about to do something in Texas and he don't want me there. I feel that. He don't want me around. Okay? So he's moving me out of places where he about to deal with some motherfuckers. Okay? And he will do that. He will move you out of places where there may be danger coming. Or there may be certain things that happen that he don't want you nowhere around it. Or it might be for your safety. Or it might be for so many things. You know what I'm saying? So when he move you out of a place, it's not because he being mean. He trying to keep you safe. And I obey. I didn't think that it was going to go like this. I thought my car was going to be sold. Now we had a little money in my pocket, but it didn't go like that, right? But again, I think that was God, because if this don't work out, I can still go get my car, put my shit in it, and get the fuck again. So, that's plan B. Still get the fuck. Go on about my business. You see what I'm trying to say? Plan B. But I'm just trying to just get it together. I got 3 different options that I'm working on, and one of them I ain't never experienced, and that's like going out and camping. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never did no shit like that. A black girl like me, I done went hiking for the first time. That shit was amazing. I couldn't believe that I could do shit like that. I was like, I always thought that was for like athletic white people. I really did. That was my mindset before all of this. But when I experienced it, I was like, my God, this is amazing. It's fucking amazing. So I don't limit myself, but I ain't not that. Going up in some woods, camping out. We talking about bears and wolves and snakes and shit. Mm, mm. I'm more like now that's where I might be a little bougie, just a little bit. I'm more like a glamper than a camper. You know what I'm saying? I can do glamping, but I don't know about the camping. Now I would do camping if I had somebody to show me the ropes. I would so do it like that. But because I don't know, mm-mm, I ain't gonna not me. Now that's not gonna be an experience I want to experience for the first time to learn a lesson. No, thank you. Mm-mm. So we'll see. I don't know, y'all. We'll see. I think I'm gonna try to get me a shelter or something. I'm gonna try to do that because I need my legs to be like stretched out. It felt so good to sit in a hot bath in a tub. My God, it felt so good. My fucking water was dirty though. Wasn't it dirty? I know this might be too much information, but I like to share my experiences. It wasn't like dirty, dirty, but it was like just. I was like, I be keeping me clean. I don't be stinking or nothing like that. But I was like, damn, I'm dirty. I'm dirty. And I stayed in that tub for I want to say a good hour or more, running that hot water, burning the fuck out of me. And just laying in that tub. That shit felt so damn good. My God. I was just like, thank you, Jesus. And when I got in that bed, honey, I took them two pillows and put my leg up. I'm telling y'all, I felt so good. I was tired than a bitch, though. I was exhausted. And I was like, man, I miss a bed. Damn, I miss the bed. So I'm just like, my next move is gotta get about this to call. Well, my next move is find work where I'm going. Because like I said, I'm not going back to Texas and working. I'm fuck that shit. I'm not going back. You know, I'm not. Y'all want to fuck with my phone. You want to do all the most, try to cause me, a downfall. I see that you're trying to cause me to go bankrupt. You're trying to cause me, you literally just trying to wipe me out dry, literally. Because every dollar I make, it's like the amount in my account. Oh, is that's the amount you got to pay? Just trying to wipe me out completely. And so I'm gonna do what I got to do. I'm gonna do it. I don't give a fuck if I gotta go motherfucking work for McDonald's. I am not going back. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna make sure I do what I gotta do to take care of me, and I'm gonna start looking for more resources, so that I can, get me a place. Cause I ain't trying to be living nobody. I don't live in no car no more. Enough is enough. But this is it, y'all. Whew, this the hardship of it. And I don't want to be feeling sorry for myself, but sometimes I do. I do have a little pity party for myself sometimes. Be like, damn, ain't nobody showed you nothing. And like, just damn, your family turned their back on you and people mistreat you. Your own damn family ain't stand up for you. And, I have my little pity party. I'm like, your mama, she gone. Just like, and then I want to say I blame my mom a little bit, but I'm just like, well, damn, mama, you could have told me something. Something. Like, my mama used to do shit, y'all. Like, I never forget my mama called me one time. I was living in Houston, and she was living in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And I'm left there next to my ex, and I hear, help. And I'm like, did you hear that? And she said, what? I was like, sound like I heard my mama voice. Then I hear it again. Keisha, because y'all know it's my biological name. I changed it legally. Keisha, help. mama? So I called her on the phone because me and my mama used to talk telepathically to each other, okay? And she says, "You heard me?" Ha 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 ha. And I'm just like, I think that was my first experience really realizing that we talk telepathically. I was just like, you know something. Because the fact that you did that, and then when I get on the phone, you say you heard me, you know something about my life. Why are you not telling me? Why are you not saying something? What you not saying? And then I can remember before she passed away and stuff like that, she was mentally ill. And she confessed it to me like my sibling. She said it like my siblings ain't we ain't got the same father or something to that extent. I'm just like, what is going on, what? And it's like she just was scared to say something. I'm just like, well, please, somebody stop being scared and fucking speak up. What are you scared of? They gonna kill you? What is it that they're doing to you that make you be quiet? What is it? What are they doing? Why are you so scared? Cause y'all see, I tell every motherfucking thing. I don't give a fuck. I'm out here by myself. The Masons be around me all the fucking time. The Satanic Cult, they be around me all the time. Coincidentally, I'm always meeting some type of soldier. Y'all know I talk about the soldiers. I'm always seeing police officers. I just met a Muslim the other day. It's literally just the people I talk about. For some reason, they be right there, like literally I had conversations with them. So I know more people listen. I don't know how they listen to my channel, but I know more people listen to my channel than I think. I know that more people know about me than I know. Okay, because people be acting like they know. Like I just went in the gas station, and when the lady was behind the register, I said hello. She didn't say nothing. Okay. When I got my soda, I said hi. How are you doing? All right. Like she didn't want to speak to me. Matter of fact, that was the one that was in the car just now. I got off the car and went back in the building on her phone. Like, like I'm bothering her. Like she got a problem with me. And I'm just like, man, I hate being the only one to know about me. That everybody know about me. Because all my life, it feel like everybody been keeping secrets from me. Everybody. Don't know. Let me not say nobody fucking told me shit. It's literally been like that all my life. All my life. Nobody said, I want to tell you something, but you can't tell nobody. Nothing of that. Nothing. And I don't understand it. And the reason why I miss my mama so much is because I don't want to cry. And I'm trying not to cry. Let me pull it together. When I was 13 and I was sexually harassed at school by a janitor. And I don't want to get into the whole story. I don't know if I told this story before, but long story short, I was on the news, but they didn't show my face. They didn't say my name. They said my age and what school I went to. And even though I went back to school, and they ain't say none of that, everybody motherfucking was looking at me. My mama became my hero because when I came home and I told her that, she snapped out of it, whatever you want to snap out of the mental health, whatever was going on at the moment. And she brought me to the police station and filed a report. She believed me. And then the police was like, they didn't believe me at first because I didn't look at people in their eyes. I was shy. I didn't stare. I couldn't. For the likes of me, I would never look at nobody in the eye. I would turn my eyes. I would look up, look everywhere else except a person's eyes. I was very shy. I mean, like that now. I'm motherfucking look at your ass, which I'm grateful for that part of the journey because I have no problem now looking at a bitch in their face. Bitch, what are you looking at, bitch? Okay. So they was like, we never met no one when we pull them, because they put me in an investigation room where the big old window, you can't see nobody behind, and there's just one person in that table. That shit true, like they show on TV. They literally have a room like that. And they told my mama that she didn't look at us in her with our, she didn't look at us. And like that's the indication that someone is lying. My mama still stood by me. They said, so we're gonna do a lie detector test on her. Because this is serious allegations. So they put the lie detector test on me and shit. And it's like they asked certain questions to see if the test was working, because they must knew I was gonna lie about this one thing, and I did, but I didn't, but I did. So they asked me all the questions about the guy and what happened, and I told them past. They asked me, do I ever hit my brother? I was like, no. No, they asked, do I ever hit my brother intentionally? But my brother used to bully me. He wanted to act like he innocent, but anyway, and I failed that one. So they told my mama I passed everything. I did get assaulted, but I lied about hitting my brother intentionally. Lord, they should have told my mom that, because my mom was Lord. She would always stand in between. Like, my brother older than me, motherfucker could fight. Standing between me and my brother like I was a monster. Whatever. So, went through all that, took the lie detector test. Now, before that, let me back up. Went to school. Before I had to take the lie detector test, my mama had, reported to the school. I went to the school. I told my mama I did not want to see him. I didn't want to be in the room with him. These motherfuckers, my principal, and I was in the 7th grade, 6th or 7th grade at the time. Yeah. And these motherfuckers brought that man up in there. I broke down in tears. I cried my eyes out. And I was like, I didn't want to get him in trouble because I know he said he got a daughter. And, I always caring about somebody else except myself. Like, the bitch, you a child. He's a grown-ass man. This man should have never came behind you at your locker and put his hands on your fucking breast. That's a fucking no-no, right? I don't want to get him in trouble. And I was so broken because they brought him. They were just like, it's almost like they wanted to see me, like, hurt. It was weird. My principal, it's like she wanted to see me fucking hurt, to even do that, I never do nothing like that. And he had just the sorrow in him. Like, he was so fucking convincing, y'all. He was so convincing. I would never do nothing like that. I don't know why. Then the principal, is it because you really like him and he rejected you? I'm like, this is shit this motherfucker, my principal saying. Is it because you like him and he rejected you? And I'm like, no. I'm crying my eyes out because I'm just so hurt. Fucking like destroyed in that moment. Fucking like in pain. Just to fucking somebody fucking believe me. Long story short, he did all that shit. I mean, looked like he had the tears welling in his eyes, y'all. We're going to have to do a lot of tech tests. That's how I ended up going to police. Well, we're going to take her to the station. And he went. Of course the fuck he failed. My brother, he was in high school. They didn't know that was my brother. He was in the class, and they was talking to him. That's why I say, I don't know the whole story to my family, but if I had to pick any of my brothers that actually really cared about me a little bit, it's my brother that was next to me. My oldest brother, he looked like he always had issues. It would shock me that even though my brother that's next to me used to do stupid shit, but like, I know in my heart that brother did care. I don't know what happened in between time. I don't know. I don't know the whole pieces to the story, but I really believe like that brother, he had love in his heart for me. He was the same one who told me when my mama told me I had to get out when I got pregnant at 16, if I didn't get an abortion, he was the same brother was like, you don't let nobody tell you what to do with your body. That's your body, and if you want to keep your baby, you keep your baby. If you got to motherfucking run away from home, you run away from home. And the fuck I did. Okay? So it'll be hard for me to believe like that brother he just came up against me like 100% or something like it. That's because I know in my heart I've seen a little jealousy in my brother. Now don't get it wrong, but there was love in his heart for me. There was some kind of love. But going back to that situation, so he was in his class and people was like, man, this his niece, the guy niece was there, and she was like, you heard about that bitch? That motherfucker talk about my uncle fucking touched her and this and that, and I'm gonna go to her fucking school, I'm gonna beat that bitch up. My brother was like, bitch, who the fuck you gonna, because he talking about, bitch, who the fuck you gonna touch? That's my motherfucking sister, bitch, and your uncle did do it, motherfucker, because he motherfucker took a lot of tests and he failed. So your uncle did do it, and I wish you would touch my sister. And that's again, when I'm thinking about all of that shit, my brother had my back. Me and my brother used to fight together. I would fight dudes behind my brother. My brother would fight dudes behind me. Okay, so it's kind of hard, to believe like, oh, that brother 100% betrayed me. I feel like if my brother betrayed me, it was something done to him that caused the betrayal. And I'm really gonna have to pray on that thing, because it's something like in my spirit. As I'm speaking, it's just like, how did he 100%? How did he 100% betray me? What was this thing saying? Okay. How? Because he had love in his heart for me. Anyway, to go through all of that stuff, and my mama showing up for me in that moment, she became my hero. She became my hero because through my life, my mother used to say some harsh things to me. I remember my mama told me, when you grow up, I hope you get with a man that beats you. And I was like, what, like my dad beat you? Because I was a smart ass mouth. Because my thing was like, I've always been strong minded. I've always been very rebellious. It's like, if you tell me go left, I'm going to go right, because I feel like you're trying to tell me what to do. You're trying to control me, opposed to talking to me and explaining to me why you want me to go left. You're commanding me to do something that I don't want to do. I've always been that way. Strong minded, strong willed, have my own fucking mindset. It put me in a lot of bad situations. I had to learn hard way. But I'm telling you how I grew up. Okay? I'm just telling you. So my mama used to be really hard on me. She used to always, say, you look like your fucking daddy. And I knew she didn't like my daddy because my daddy was abusive. And I'm just like, okay, it's like now I know you're predicting onto me the hurt and pain that you experienced from my dad, but I'm not my dad. I may look like my dad, but I'm not my dad, And she used to say this whole story every time you go, when I got older, see my dad, because my dad wasn't in my life, after I was 5 years old. I see hit and miss. He would live in Austin. We lived in Baton Rouge. And they would always fucking have a story. Every time you're around them, my mama wouldn't stop saying, you know what your dad did to me. You know what he did to me. Would never let none of her kids forget that shit. And then my middle brother would be like, y'all fucking betraying my mama because y'all motherfucking dealing with dad. I'm just like, man, it felt like you was torn. Like you didn't want to hate nobody. You just wanted to be out of it. You didn't want to deal with the situation. You didn't want to hear nothing about, more, you just wanted to be like, okay, now you ain't with him. Let it go. Then you go to my dad. You know what your mama did, right? You know your mama she didn't treat me right. You know your mama, just like, damn, the fuck. Like, it was the story of our childhood, and granted, I get that my dad was wrong, but then when they would see each other, they have these little googly eyes. I'm like, this shit is crazy, yo. That's why I really believe, like, my dad and my mama were fucking twin flames. I really believe that shit. Cause they fucking story looked like a whole fucking twin flame. My dad cheated on my mama, ended up marrying the woman that he cheated on my mom with, ended up, and this is the crazy thing, she used to be a prostitute. I'm like, this the fucking whole story that I'm learning it, spirituality about people being prostitutes and shit. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Did the thing stop? Okay, keys on the Be right back. Oh shit. Excuse me. I'm so proud of myself. I did it. I did it. They charged like about $8 and something. $9. I see $1.50, like $9 and something. That was pretty cool. Nice experience. I don't know. We'll see how this shit go. But um, it was just. I think they were twin flames. Whatever. But my life has been hard. My mama did become my hero in that moment, and it's my mom. Me and my mom's relationship was bittersweet, but I loved my mom. I really truly did love my mom, and I thank God for you know removing me from situations because I could have ended up in prison because I love my mom so much. Like I said in one of my other videos that um when I saw my dad hit my mom for the first time, I was about 3 or 4 years old. And when she looked me in my eyes, it's almost like our souls transferred or something. I don't know. I felt a demon go in me. And in that moment, I told myself, even at that young age, that when I grew up, if my dad was still beating on my mama, I was going to end his life. I carried that in me for all those years. And I was grateful that God had separated my mom and my dad because I would have ended my dad's life because I was a fixer. I was always a fixer. I was somebody who wanted to stop the pain, wanted to stop seeing people cry, wanted to stop seeing people get hurt. And it's like, again, I told y'all earlier, I'm a problem solver. So it's like, how do I solve this problem? What is the problem? Okay, if this is the problem, I need to eliminate this problem. That's how my brain thought. I need to get rid of the problem and then it's going to make everything better. That's how I thought. And I thank God that God, separate my mom and my dad because my life would have turned out totally different, from this. And I don't know. I don't know how it would have been, but I know I would have probably been in prison. But back in the day, I don't know how they used to do, maybe I probably would have did it when I was a teenager if we would have stayed in the household and he was still hurting my mama because I just thought my mama was just a beautiful angel. Because before my mama had mental health issues, she used to walk home from work, and my oldest brother used to keep us when we were living in Austin. And she would come home from work. She worked at a hospital, and she used to have this little white outfit on. And when she was coming down the street, and she saw her 3 kids, and we started running to her, she looked like an angel. She just had this most beautiful smile ever. And I could see like the goodness in her, but I could see where she had been broken down from life. And I just wanted to protect that beauty that I saw in her, that happiness, that joy, that light. Man, because she was a good mom before all of the shit with my dad and all of that. And it just seemed like it reminds me so much of my faith flame. To be honest with you, it reminds me so much because when I first met my faith flame, I kept saying, "Damn, you got something like you giving me my mama vibes." Like I kept telling her that I'm like, damn, like did my mama get put in you or something? Because it was something about her just kept. I kept feeling like my mama's spirit and soul was in her. It was just weird. And then the fact that she's so hung strong on her family and listen to anything her family says and does, it reminds me of my mom. Because my mom moved back to Baton Rouge and they didn't know how to take care of us. They just called us the food stamp kids, and we didn't have no fucking walls. We had cockroaches. My mama did the best she can. Her rent was $100 at the time. And my mama did the very best she can. And she was mentally ill. And they did the best they can, I guess. We got treated like the eyeball kids. But we was tough because my oldest brother taught us how to fight. So when them cousins was fighting my brothers, honey, this here one, you ain't gonna hit on my brother. Give a fuck if you a boy or not. And this same auntie that I'm talking about, who I know did black magic on my fucking mama, okay, whoop me because I beat her child up because her child hit my fucking brother. Same auntie who used to get in situations with my mama and my mama chastising me and lie. She was down there with them boys doing this. No, I was playing football with the boys. I wasn't doing anything with the boys. My other auntie, which is my other mama's sister, she would manipulate the situation if something was going on. I remember one time, something happened and then my auntie was lying on me. This is the other auntie. And then my mama, reached up to slap me and I grabbed her hand. And I, removed my hand like I didn't do anything forceful. And so my auntie was like, "Oh, Beta, she didn't hit you. She didn't hit you." And I'm like, and I knew my mom was mentally ill. And me and my mama had a connection regardless of anything. And I was like, "Mama, I need you to mentally think about what just happened." I literally had to talk to my mama like this. "Did I put my hands on you? Did I?" And she's like, "No." I said, "So your sister is lying." I said, did I hit you or anything?" She's like, "No." I said, "Your sister is lying on me." And my mama had my fucking back. And that's why I tell the truth to this day. Because I was lied on so much coming up when I was telling the fucking truth. And my mother, because she believed in me, and she looked me in my fucking eyes, she believed in me, it put something in me to be honest. Tell the fucking truth. Now, I know that you can't tell truth in all situations. I ain't dumb to that. If it's about your life, something like that, don't be dumb. But the integrity that she instilled in me because she said, "I believe my child." And she could see that she was being manipulated, being that, "Mama, did I hit you?" No. That's why I tell the motherfucking truth today. I will spill it. And I'll spill it on myself. I don't eliminate myself from the truth. I don't eliminate myself from the wrongdoings that I do. I don't eliminate myself. Because how I'm going to talk about somebody else's truth and I don't want to tell my motherfucking truth. I don't want to tell my dirt, but I'm going to tell everybody else's dirt. That don't make sense. No, thank you. I'll tell my dirt too and stand on business with it. Okay? Saying all that to say, I got to get the fuck up out of here. I don't know why all my life I had to learn everything the hard way. I have no idea. I wish that someone would have just helped me, just gave me some piece of information, some kind of like guidance, some truth to enlighten me, to educate me, to give me the knowledge, to give me the wisdom, to just give me something. But nobody did. And here I am today with this electrical motherfucking car that my black ass didn't pay attention to. And that's my own fault. I ain't asked no questions because I was distracted. And that's the truth. But had I not seen that battery, I would have been stuck the fuck out. For real. I would have been like, oh, okay. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Don't know what I'm gonna do. I would have been stuck the fuck out. And I had to learn everything the hard way, and I had to learn this. I had to learn how to plug this bitch up. I had to learn in this moment. And now that I know, I'm gonna be mindful of it. And now that I know the bitch don't take gas, I'll be mindful of the shit. Y'all try not to learn the hard way. If somebody teaching you something because of their life experiences to avoid you from going through extra shit, take it. Learn from it. Even if you don't believe it, keep it in the back of your mind. So if you realize that, damn, that shit true, then you still have that knowledge. You be like, wait a minute, this bitch went through such. Oh, this motherfucker will tell the truth. I ain't gonna do the same thing because I don't want to go through that extra bullshit. Okay? Learn from it. Don't go out there. Sometimes it's just good to not be headstrong. Sometimes it's just good to sometimes just listen. Especially if people are proving it to you. Don't just go with that. Just be like, no, just show me her life. And she did the same thing. And it was not good. Or just went and bought a car and ain't read, bitch, I'm a read, or just, electrical car. Is it, I guess it's called a hybrid when it's gas and electric. Is it a hybrid? Do I want both? Read it. Ask questions. Make sure you're not distracted. Make sure that you take a deep breath. I didn't do any of that. It was just so much going on. And I ain't mad. I'm grateful still. It doesn't mean I got something to learn, right? I'm advancing because I'm a little old school. Put the gas in the thing. I know to get the fuck. Keep going. I know how to wash the thing, get the gas. Now I gotta learn this whole electrical thing. I'm like, okay, this is like the gas. This is my brain saying this is like gas. When you see the little battery getting low, you might want to pull over and find you some place to fucking plug up. Otherwise, bitch, you're gonna be on the street stranded, ho. We don't want that. So when I get a chance, I'm gonna go through this manual and kind of like teach myself some shit. Look on YouTube, things that I need to know. Okay, but I'm good. I'm about to get up out of here. I love y'all again. Thank y'all for listening to my story and my life and the wisdom and experiences. Y'all have a beautiful, blessed day. Bye.